friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a detailed review of a mid-range laptop from ASUS in India, the ASUS Vivobook 15-inch variant, which is codenamed X505ZA. So this is a mid-range laptop which is available in two variants, 8GB RAM as well as 4GB RAM, and the pricing is also less than 40k, which means it's kind of mid-range, and it gives you good features and offers good performance as well. So this is the Vivobook 15 X505, and we have the Vivobook here. So in this video we'll talk about this Vivobook and the features and other options, including ports, how the performance is, and also the battery life, and how good the laptop is for the price segment. So before going into the detailed aspects of the Vivobook, we'll just have a look at the pricing. So this is priced 30,999 for the 4GB RAM variant. It has a 15.6 inches Full HD resolution display. It's powered by the AMD Ryzen 5 processor, and it is coupled with 4GB RAM, and the top end variant is priced around 36,000, which comes with 8GB RAM and 1TB of hard disk. So it's a regular hard disk, no SSDs offered because it's a mid-range segment, and it also comes with Windows 10. So in this video we'll talk about in detail about the ASUS Vivobook 15. So first up, let's have a look at the design and build quality. So when you think about a 15.6 inch laptop, what comes to your mind is a larger footprint, and also it might be mostly heavier because of the larger display. But this is where the Vivobook impresses, because it's just 1.6 kilogram in weight, and this is really slim as well. You can see that it isn't really thick compared to the traditional laptops in this price segment. We have seen laptops in the premium segment with pretty good sleek design, but when it comes to the sub 40k price segment, you might be seeing a lot of laptops with too much heavy design as well as thickness. But here you can see that it's pretty slim, and it's just 1.6 kilograms in weight, and looks good as well. So what ASUS claims is that the material quality is really good, and that actually reflects in the material quality. So if you open the lid, you can see that the lid is made of aluminum frame. So this is made of aluminum, which gives a good feel altogether. You can see that the finishing is also really good. So when you open the laptop, you can see that it has a silver finish for the keyboard, and this is made of plastic. So the bottom section is completely made of plastic material, which adds to the lightweight body of the Vivobook. And you can see that here there is a pattern on the top portion of the keyboard, which gives it a good feel altogether. It's although plastic, feels like metal, and the brush finishing on the laptop looks really premium, and the silver finish overall looks really great. And now looking at the ports and other aspects, so you can see that on the left side we have the Ethernet port, the charging port, then there is an HDMI port, then there is a USB 3.0 port, and a USB Type-C port is also included. Very rarely you see Type-C in this price segment, so here we have a Type-C port as well. Now on the right side we have two standard USB ports, the lock, and the 3.5mm audio jack, as well as the SD card reader. So if you want to use a camera reader, SD card reader, you have an option here. Now in the bottom section you can see there are two stereo speakers, which ASUS claims to be Sonic Master performance giving speakers, and overall it feels really premium for this price segment. It looks really nice, and the brushed aluminum finish gives it a good feel altogether, and also the engraved ASUS logo looks really nice. So build quality is pretty good, even though it's made of plastic and aluminum. It feels really nice and looks premium for this price segment. Now let's move on to the display. So this is the 15.6 inch display, and it looks pretty good. It's a matte display. It's a full HD resolution display, and a matte finish gives it a good feel altogether. The viewing angles are quite good. No major issues we faced. Brightness levels kind of acceptable, not really that bright, but still quite acceptable for the price segment it is being offered. That's 30 to 35k price segment. It looks quite good, and the viewing angles are also good. The color reproduction feels kind of okay, not the richest colors, but then there is a software which ASUS provides, so you can go with the natural tones or vivid mode, where you get a bit more vivid colors for the display. So that can be selected from the ASUS software. So overall display feels quite good. May not be a class leading one, but still quite good display for this price segment. Now talking about the keyboard. So this is the full-fledged keyboard we have on the ASUS Vivobook. Now one thing to note that the keyboard is extremely responsive and does have pretty good travel as well, and feels really nice when typing. And there is no backlit option here, but then still for this price segment you rarely get backlit option, but still it feels really nice to type. Now one thing which is missing for a 15.6 inch laptop is that there is no dedicated number pad. That means you have to use the number keys on the top. Generally you find number keys for most of the 15.6 inch laptops. But one thing here what makes the design a bit more compact is that the display bezels are kept to minimal. ASUS claims this display to be nano edge display with narrow bezel. So what ASUS is saying that this display is, even though it's a 15.6 inches in size, it is almost on a 14.1 inch chassis. So it may not be exactly 14.1, but it's definitely not a 15.6 inch size. So that might be the reason for a smaller layout for keyboard, and there is no dedicated number keys available. So overall this keyboard looks really nice to type. There's no backlit option, but still it feels really nice. So that's the keyboard option. Now apart from that, talking about the performance, so this is powered by the AMD's Ryzen 5 chipset, which is quite similar to the Core i5 series, and it doesn't give good performance altogether. It is coupled with either 4 gigs of RAM. We have talked about that. Two variants are there, 4 gigs of RAM as well as 8 gigs of RAM, and we have the 8 gigs of RAM. We are testing that. It's almost priced 36,000, and for this pricing this looks really good in performance. No lags whatsoever. You can do all the daily tasks including browsing, watching movies, emails, and casual things, but then this is definitely not intended for heavy usage like video editing or image editing. For that task we felt this is kind of slightly sluggish performance, because for this price segment you can't expect a really powerful package, but for the pricing it is being offered, this gives good performance in this segment. And this is also not a laptop for gaming, so extreme gamers, this is definitely not suited for that, because you can definitely see a lot of lags and frame skips and low resolution when playing heavy games. So it's definitely not a device for gaming nor heavy usage, but for regular purposes like document writing, emailing, browsing, watching movies, multimedia, all those things, it feels really nice. Now one thing what was not that great on this laptop was the sound performance. So even though it has dual speakers placed at the bottom, the output from the speakers was not very loud. The quality was kind of okay, but we felt that the speakers could have been a bit more louder, especially because it's a larger display, so watching movies would have been a great experience. So that's the performance side. Now this also comes with the Radeon Vega graphics processing, and it has having two variants, and the variant which we tested had 1 TB of hard disk, which is a regular hard disk. No SSD option is offered in India, and this has two colors. We have the gray variant with us. There is also gold variant, so this is the dark gray variant. There is also a gold color for this laptop. So that's the performance aspect. Now talking about the battery. Now this comes with a 42 watt hour battery. That's a 3-cell battery, and the battery performance was kind of we would say disappointing, because we got a maximum of 4 hours with the Vivobook 15.6 inch laptop. So 4 hours isn't bad, but then right now most of the laptops give us like 5-6 hours. Ultrabooks have moved to even 1 day battery life. For that factor, 4 hours we felt was kind of slightly on the lesser side. Around 5 to 5.5 hours would have been ideal, but then it doesn't give that great performance in terms of the battery life. But still 4 hours is kind of decent performance, and the good thing is that there is fast charging supported on this laptop. So 0 to 69% can be achieved in just 1 hour. So that's the fast charging supported on the ASUS Vivobook. So that's the review of the ASUS Vivobook, which is the X505ZA variant, which comes with either 4 gigs of RAM or 8 gigs of RAM. So both are priced around the less than 40k price segment. The 30,999 variant is having 4 gigs of RAM, and 36,000 variant is having 8 gigs of RAM. So it's a quite a good offering in this price segment, in the budget or rather the mid-range segment. There's quite a good offering with the stylish looks, lightweight design, the ultra nano edge display, and a decent performance all around. Gives it a good overall laptop worth buying. So that's the detailed review of the ASUS Vivobook. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.